bright morning when this life is o'er, I'll fly away to a home on God's celestial shore. I'll fly away.
As the locals will tell you, there is one main road in Door County, Wisconsin, and that is Highway 57. It's along this road, in the town of Bailey's Harbor, that you'll discover a place called Bird's Park, built in 1924 by Wisconsin folk artist Albert Zahn. Today, only eagles flank the top of the house and stand in silent testament to the artist who created what was once a comprehensive indoor and outdoor environment. In its prime, the house was covered with hundreds of carved and painted birds, angels, animals, and other figures. Who was Albert Zahn, and how did he come to make this amazing environment?
Grandpa was kind of a person that was a private person. His work was his ambition. After being he was actually a sheep herder in Germany, and that's how he learned to whittle, because he would take his jackknife, and to pass the time he would just sit there and whittle away at things. And then of course when he came to this country and farmed, that was his life until he retired and built this place in Bailey's Harbor. And then he took up whittling again just as a hobby, and all of a sudden people started to come and want to buy this stuff, and that's how the business started.
Albert and his wife Louise built their retirement home in 1924. They were partners in many ways. After Albert carved his pieces, Louise painted them in the brilliant colors you see here.
Well, he had very simple tools too. His jackknife was his biggest tool. I think that nature had a lot to do with it, but he didn't waste anything. That's the reason there are small birds and big birds, is because he'd start out with a block and maybe make a hawk, but there's so much waste in that. And then of course the next project was to make a little bird out of the waste, and so that he used everything, and including the shavings, because he used that to start the fire with in the wood stove. He was a very religious man, but he probably knew the Bible better than what most pastors do, but he didn't go to church that often, later on in life.
With the house standing right on the main highway, tourists often stop to inquire about buying Zahn's carvings. He was at first reluctant to sell his work. As the stream of tourists increased, one of his daughters encouraged him to sell. The small birds sold for 25 cents each, while the larger pieces went for $5. After Albert's death, many pieces were sold off or lost, with a small number remaining within the Zahn family. Today, grandson Ed Zahn and great-grandson Randy Zahn carry on the carving tradition of Albert Zahn. Both self-taught in the art of wood carving, they use their forefathers' art as inspiration, carving the same subjects that were close to Albert's heart, such as birds and angels.
Zahn called the structures he made family trees, and they literally embody his spiritual and philosophical outlook. He realizes the family as an integrally connected unit according to natural law. He presents generations as individual and ever-rising tiers, and the layers of birds and angels encircling them are there to send the heaven-bound skyward. It was his particular love of bird forms that eventually earned Zahn's home the local nickname Bird's Park. And it is, indeed, within these simple works that he best conveyed the concept that we all have the ability to soar in the heavens. Over the course of several years, the John Michael Kohler Art Center, in collaboration with Intuit, the Center for Intuitive and Outsider Art, and with crucial support from the Zahn family, has reunited some 200 works of art by Albert Zahn.
Some bright morning when this life is o'er, I'll fly away to a home on God's celestial shore. I'll fly away. I'll fly when I die, hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away.